If you could trade one key level for the rest of your trading career, it should be all-time highs. Because there is one reason, and there is one reason only, that makes this level different from all the others. And that is, there's no resistance ahead, which means it's a breakout into blue skies. Let me explain. Blue sky territory is when a stock trades at a price level it has never traded before. Pure, untouched ground. There are no previously trapped buyers waiting to sell, no overhead resistance, and every buyer below the key level is in profit. And because there are no sellers, breakouts at these levels tend to run much longer. For example, here I have Dave. Dave is a good stock, but Dave has a major problem. It has resistance ahead. We can see how having overhead resistance can hold buyers back from a successful breakout. Here, and even here. Now this entire level is now a major resistance area with an additional level of resistance up ahead. Now let's contrast that with MU, which initially found resistance at its all-time highs. But once it broke out into blue sky territory, price was met with one of the longest moves in the history of the stock from what I can see. The reason why this works so well is because markets remember pain. People don't forget where they bought or sold. And if they bought at the peak of a resistance, most would be eager to exit once price returns to that level. But once a stock gets into all-time high territory, there's no one in pain. Everyone who's ever bought is in profit, and anyone who missed it now has to chase. And then the momentum cannot be stopped. For example, here is RGTI, which for the longest time was in an uptrend, but this uptrend didn't really have any momentum. Sure, it was going up, but not in an explosive way until it broke out into that blue sky zone, otherwise known as all-time highs. That's when owning this stock really got good, because price has nothing standing in its way. Everyone who bought this stock at or below this key level is in profit, leaving behind little reason to sell. And automatically, the best stocks will constantly be breaking out into new all-time highs. So there are some major hidden benefits to trading all-time highs. It forces you to stop bottom fishing. Weak stocks cannot stay near highs, so if you can focus on stocks near their highs, those traders with bottom fishing problems can improve their stock selection instantly by simply focusing on those stocks entering blue sky territory. Stocks breaking out into blue skies also automatically filter for market leadership. You don't have to guess if the stock is strong if it's constantly at its 52-week high or its all-time highs constantly. The market has already proved it to you by pushing it into uncharted territory. Its strength is confirmed by price, which means you will always have the best merchandise on your watch list. Remember, the strongest stocks live near all-time highs. They build bases up there. That's how we can separate the okay stocks from the absolute best. Okay, let's talk about how to trade it, because the best all-time high trades don't come from chasing. They come from waiting for tightness near that breakout key level. And what I mean by that is I'll never engage in buying a stock that's already extended into new highs. That's where traders take losses because of entering at the end of a move, and chasing very frequently leads to buying stocks just before they're about to pull back. The edge comes from buying when we know sellers are not present and the stock is in the beginning of its uptrend. And to ensure that we are not chasing, we want to enter after price has completed a contraction, not chasing the expansion. For example, RGTI broke out into blue sky territory, but check this out. After the breakout, price paused, which is a massive hint that sellers are not here to push this stock down. Look for these patterns of tightness, like an inside day or a series of smaller candles. We want to see volatility drying up. If sellers were present, this was their opportunity to bring the stock down. But that didn't happen, and that signal gave the go-ahead for the stock to push strongly into blue skies, with nothing in the way to stop it. It's interesting because a lot of traders ignore this. They will say it feels wrong, or it's already too high. How much higher can it go? Or surely it's at all-time highs. It must come down now, right? But no, that type of thinking is a trap. They're thinking cheap equals opportunity, but in reality, cheap stocks stay cheap. And the strongest stocks of today are likely to be the strong stocks of tomorrow. Now, if you liked these examples, go ahead and drop me a like because I have more examples I'd like to go through if you find these videos useful. Maybe even consider subscribing. And remember, the best performers spend their time near highs.